What's up, guys? Welcome back to the North Shore Cycles YouTube channel, home of New England bike life since 2017. And today we're going to be talking about some emergency rideout repairs that you might have to do if your bike breaks in the middle of rideout and you got to fix it real quick. So first of all, we're going to be talking about three different things. We're going to be talking about your chain if your chain snaps, your brakes if your brakes start to rub a little bit, and then your wheels if your wheels come loose. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is if you're in the middle of a rideout, right? You're doing your thing, you're doing your combos, and all of a sudden you go to do a pullover or anything, and just say your chain snaps. How to fix your chain in the middle of the rideout, right? So if you have a chain that you can just throw on right then and there, what you want to do is you want to take off your chain, your old chain that snapped first. Okay, put that down. And you want to get your new chain. And what you want to do is you want to put the chain on so that you can see where you have to cut it so that it fits onto the bike. So you pull it through, you figure out where you got to cut it, right? And then you pull your chain, you get your chain off, and you get your chain tool, and then you cut it to size. So after you already cut your chain to size, right? What you want to do next, you'll put your chain tool down, put the extra links down, and take your new chain and put it around. You take your master link and you want to put it in on this side. Then you take the other side of the chain on, put it on this side. Now we're going to retension the chain so that it's nice and tight. Nice and tight. Alright, so let's say now your brakes are rubbing because you just pulled your wheel back from when you put on your new chain, right? What you want to do is you want to grab your Allen keys, you want to walk over to your brakes, and you want to undo these two bolts. Not a lot, just a little bit so that you can move this around. And then you want to pull your brakes in so that it centers the caliper. And then while still holding your brake lever in, you want to tighten these bolts back up. And then you're good to go. All right, so the final thing that we're going to talk about is just doing a little pre-ride inspection to make sure that all your bolts are tightened. So you want to take a socket and make sure that your axle nuts are tightened, as well as your seat. Make sure your seat's not wiggling around. If you have an Allen key axle on the front, make sure to try and tighten that first. But if it's a socket, then do the same that you did with the back. Just take a socket and just make sure it's not loose, because we don't want someone to go do a wheelie and then their front wheel falls off and then they fall. It's just horrible. Make sure that your headset's tightened, so you want to tighten here, as well as your bars. You want to make sure that your bars are tightened because we don't want your bars flying forward. And then finally, your brakes. Make sure that your brakes right here is tightened because you don't want your brakes wiggling around and moving when you're trying to do something. All right, so today you guys learned how to change your chain. You learned how to fix your brakes if they start to rub, and we taught you guys how you should do a pre-ride check. Make sure all your bolts are tight, make sure everything's all good before you go to the rideout, so we don't see any more falling apart bikes at the rideout, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found value in this video, then make sure to like and comment, as well as subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at North Shore Cycles, as well as follow me on Instagram at LTR Jacoby, and just stay tuned for more videos like this.